Um, Bernie Sanders, I really appreciate his positions on issues of class, on issues of race. And I really was impressed by his call for to address the problem of mass incarceration, his call to address the problems of police brutality. And I was very impressed with his call for a political revolution because that's what we need in this country, a revolution politically and culturally. Because right now, this establishment is not a true democracy. You know, it's a democracy that is a sham, a democracy that is really ruled by a few families. A few families and corporations dominate the political process through campaign donations. And there's an article that was in the New York Times that pointed out how 158 families gave more to the campaigns of these politicians than most of the population of the United States. And they said that there was an additional 200 families as well. And those two sets of families combined accounted for 50% of campaign contributions. 50%. That's not a true democracy. That's a democracy that is unduly influenced by the power elite in this country. And that has to be changed. And the only way it can change is if the masses of the people are involved in the electoral process. If they register and they actually get out and vote to vote out those politicians who are slaves of the corporations. That's the only way that you can make a change. Because even if we elected Bernie Sanders, he would still have to deal with a Congress that was controlled by these corporations. He would still have to struggle with them. So even with his ideals, it would be difficult for him to achieve many of his goals. And we see that with President Obama. A lot of his agenda has been stifled, it's been uh, held back, it's been blocked because of Congress, because of the makeup of Congress. And that's part of the reality of politics that we really need to face. Also, I want to deal with foreign policy very quickly. That's another reason why I can't support Hillary Clinton. She is to the right when it comes to foreign policy. She is more militaristic than the other candidates. This is a woman who supported the Iraq war, a war that cost billions of dollars, a war that cost thousands of lives, a war that was fought on a false premise, a war that helped lead to the chaos that we see in the Middle East today, in Syria and Iraq. A war that has led to so much destruction, so much loss of life based on a lie. She supported that war. And that's another reason why I can't support her. Also, she supported going to war with Libya, removing Muammar Gaddafi. She supported that. And that has done nothing. I mean, that war merely destabilized that country. After that coup, after that regime change, after that invasion, there was chaos. And you had many black Africans being butchered at the hands of those so-called liberators in Libya. Now, these countries that have been destabilized have become breeding grounds for terrorism, breeding grounds that led to things like Benghazi, where you had those American personnel killed. So I can't support her. I simply can't. And right now it looks like, Bernie Sanders is, probably the best candidate. I want to look into the Green Party to find out what their candidates' positions are on a lot of these issues before I really make a decision about which party I'm going to support or which candidate I'm going to support. It's just very important that all of us participate in the process, that all of us register to vote, and that we actually get out there and vote, regardless of who you vote for. Because we can't complain about cases like Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown if we're not on those juries. And the best way to get on the jury is by participating, by registering to vote, and by actually voting. So I welcome your comments. Tell me what you thought about the debates. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.